Hey man, shalom, shalom. Blessings to you, brothers and sisters. Blessings to you. You know my motto, man. Still in the land of the living. I was looking at what was going on, seeing the message. I don't think I need a light. Seeing the video came out about an earthquake that hit another part of the world, where there was hundreds of people got killed and hundreds more were injured. You know, the Father tells us in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, that these things will come to pass. But I want to touch on beyond space and time, and how these things, even in the book of Revelations, was talked about how the man of sin, the lawless one, the counterfeit, the Antichrist, one will come and would deceive the world, if it was possible, even the very elect. I'm going to be coming out of Revelation 13, 7 and 8. In 7 and 8, we learn more about the world leaders whom the book of Revelation calls the beast, and the power he yields throughout the whole world. He gives power to make war against the saints and to overcome them. And he gave them authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. And all inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, and whose name has not been written in the book of life belongs to the Lamb that was slain from the creation of the world. The beast leaders revealed that the Roman Empire is given authority, or given power, including the power of the life and death, over every nation, culture, in the world. The beast will have active the dreams of every conquest of triumph in history, from Alexander the Great and Khan and other emperors that came before him, dominion over the world. This does not mean that he will directly rule over every nation on the earth, but he will rule and have influence. That is true. That he's going to rule and he's going to have influence. And we can see how this is even being infiltrated in the earth, let alone in America now, that how we can see that we will allow a one president to dictate or to move and to shape what we will perceive, how we would function here, even in the country that we live in here in America, if you're listening to this video. And it goes on to tell you that if he sneezes in Rome, they will say Gesundheit in Belgium, in Moscow, and in New York. Formally speaking here, that if he says one thing, the whole world would move. You know, before Pope Francis passed, we seen, whatever. We seen how all these things were just changing over time. That if he said one thing, all the other nations will move and do exactly what he said. You see that the government system, the political system, the school systems, these systems that's been orchestrated and created by these archons, the one that came, my goodness, eons way before what you will even consider creation in some aspects. But I digress on that. All around the world, people will die by thousands, and at his command, among those who will die will be many believers. See, many believers are going to be put to death, or many believers are going to be pushed, I'm going to use that word, to the left, because Yeshua says that if they hated me, they shall also hate you, because they hated me first. And it says that in the last days of human history, these will be mortars. They will see in Revelation chapter 10 the great multitude of the mysteries which no man could number, coming out of the tribulation, for all nations, language, and tribes and people. These are the ones who have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb and made them ready, made their garment white by purifying the self, of separating the self from the sinful nature of the flesh, separating the self from the desires of sin. The white robes and the blood of the Lamb who made them white. And they will pay an ultimate price for obsessing the leaders of the revived Roman Empire. In verses 8, there is a reference to all inhabitants of the earth. This sense in verse 8 should actually read, all the earth dwellers will worship the beast. We have seen this term before in Revelations, and it is a reference not to those who live on the planet, but to those who live only for this world. See, when you live for this world, you're going to receive what the world has to offer. And see, the world has to offer a lot of different things, man. The world has to offer things on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. See, the world has a lot of things to offer. But the Father has one thing to offer, and that's eternal life. That is allowing this spark to transition to the next and not dwell here and go through what we're speaking of in this message. Earth dwellers and those who tabernacles in heaven, whose names are written in the book of life, belong to the Lamb that was slain from the creation of the earth. This is an amazing statement where we learn more about. In the book of Revelations, you will see that if the Lamb was slain for the foundations of the earth, and we say that we're going to be followers of the way, followers of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, then you better know that you're going to be slain for this word. See, a lot of people want to be fame and fortune for for Black Lives Matter and this matter, that matter, and this creed, that creed, and Juneteenth and all this other stuff. We rah for the young boys that go through certain things, and some of these young men went through this and went through that, and we get upset about certain little things like that. But the Father wants us to understand that in these days, these years coming ahead of us, that you're going to have to make your election sure. You're going to have to make your stand now. You're going to have to say, for Yeshua, I shall live and I shall die. Because many are going to say in that day, El Deny, Lord, Lord, have not prophesied in thy name. And if the lawless one that is soon to be revealed, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, you got to kill the lawless one within you first. Yeah. You have to kill the lawless one within you first, so then you don't receive the one that's coming. What do you mean? You have to destroy the ego, the flesh, the sinful nature of this first beast. Then you won't have to worry about being deceived and caught off guard for the one that's coming. But you ain't hearing me. Only ones that got an ear to hear, they will hear that. And then they will move accordingly. But the ones that say, no, preacher, I still got time. I still want to get my bag. That's why I told the man that I work for, I'm like, listen, I'm good. I ain't trying to work all these days, working 6 days straight, delivering these packages, killing myself. No, I got to spend more time in the secret place with the Father. I got to spend time here and dwell within Him, dwell with Him and for Him and by Him. Why? Because this world is turning. This world is turning, and if someone don't have an ear to hear, if someone ain't seeing, if someone is not blowing the trumpet, how are we as watchmen are supposed to watch when things are coming upon the earth and we are not even paying attention of the things that are going on in the earth, let alone in the world? And you call yourself a watchman, you call yourself a believer, you call yourself whatever. No, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible for these leaders to walk around and make the same old scriptures and same old sermons over and over and over and over and over and over again. And people are still not truly getting fed. And they believe they're getting fed because they don't see the destruction that is coming. They don't see what's coming. They think they know what's coming, but they don't know what's coming. Why? Because they're not taking the time to study the books. They're not taking the time to read the word and rightfully divide the word of truth so they can see what's coming. So then they can prepare their own home. That he that has an ear, let him hear. Shalom, shalom. Hit that subscribe button. Watch this on YouTube and hit the bell. Share it with somebody. King coming.